Hi everybody, this is Texas Lady Patriot from my Freedom channel here on YouTube, and this is an update from my video yesterday on Congressman Bart Stupak from Michigan. I wanted to give you a follow-up on some information that I found out about. Now, if you remember correctly, yesterday I had mentioned that President Obama had promised the Democratic pro-lifers that he would sign an executive order banning federal funds to pay for the abortions in all insurance policies. Now, I found that kind of really strange because executive orders can be overturned at any point by a stroke of a pen. And just as I suspected, it's not a good thing. It's just, quote, a piece of paper that he can throw out and start a new one. And this is what I found out. Before I give you that information, I'm going to recap what I said yesterday. On Politico.com, I found some information about the healthcare vote pertaining to Bart Stupak. And it says historic win is close after Bart Stupak deal. Now, Barack Obama met with Congressman Stupak sometime over the weekend, probably sometime this morning, and the anti-abortion Democrats, and they reached an agreement with the White House to defuse the controversy over abortion in the health care bill, and will now vote yes, which Stupak said that gives Democrats enough votes to pass the sweeping overhaul by day's end. That still remains to be seen. The move came just after the White House announced that President Barack Obama will sign an executive order reaffirming a ban on federal funding of abortions. That executive order, that remains to be seen, because he's already lied about everything else. Who's to say he's not going to renege on that agreement, just like every other Chicago Mafia-style creep out there? I'm very, very concerned about this, because I found out something interesting on his website. Over here at his congressional website, News from Congressman Bart Stupak. On March 19th, he announced that his districts, Alpena, Delta, and Chippewa counties, they're receiving grants in totaling of $726,409 for airport maintenance and improvements. The funding was provided by the U.S. Department of Transportation Federal Aviation Administration. Now, I'm sure that they needed maintenance. However, the problem is this announcement came on the heels of his staunch direct opposition to his vote on the health care bill entirely, because of the abortion debate. And then all of a sudden, Barack Obama comes out and says he's going to vote for, actually not vote for, but he's going to sign an executive order banning public funding for abortions in order to sway the Blue Dog Democrats to vote for this healthcare takeover. So I thought about the executive order that Obama had promised Bart Stupak, and I thought, can he really use his executive powers in this manner? So I did some research, and I found something online that I think you might find quite interesting. And it gives you the definition of what it gives you a description of what an executive order is, what it can and
Judge
cannot
Andrew
do.
Napolitano. Judge Napolitano is the author of many books, including the one that's on your bookstore's shelves now, Lies the Government Told You. 16 of them in there, and they're interesting. If you think they're partisan, you're wrong. It's all over the place.
Thank you, Shep.
That he said it's now a matter of law. And with great respect to Congressman Stupak, it's not the same thing.
It's absolutely not the same thing. An executive order is a direction from the president to employees in the executive branch of the government to do something or not to do something. For example, when Bill Clinton was president, he ordered that whenever outside vendors are hired by the government, they have to be unionized. When George W. Bush was president, he ordered that you don't have to hire unionized people. How could they do that? Because the law is silent and the president has discretion in that area. And a subsequent president, as Bush did with Clinton, as President Obama did with President Bush, can undo a presidential executive order. But
and this president could undo his own executive order.
And this president could undo his own executive order
if he wanted to.
If he wanted to the day after he signed it. But the legislation that the House passed last night, which the president will sign tomorrow, uses federal dollars to pay for insurance policies which provide abortion coverage for any reason permissible under the state law of the state in which the abortion is to occur. If Congressman Stupak thinks that the president's executive order can stop that, he is sadly mistaken, because the performer of the abortion and the payer of the abortion is not the federal government. It's a doctor employed by an insurance company whose policy has been purchased by the federal government. So the president can't stop that.
So you see, Barack Obama cannot uphold his promise to Bart Stupak or any other Democrat who was supposedly, or who is supposedly pro-life. It was all a ruse to get this health care bill passed. But I did find out something else that's very interesting about Bart Stupak himself and where he really stood on the health care bill as a whole.
So
Watch and see.
Let's say they give us our amendment. Let's say we have an amendment, 3200 is on the floor on November 6th. The amendment, I offer an amendment that says no public funding for abortion. That's been the law of the land for many, many decades. And we lose that vote. Let's say we lose it. You need 218 to win. Let's say we get 217 and we lose. Would I vote against health care? If I had a chance to vote my conscience on it, I probably would not. I probably would still vote for the health care bill at the end of the day.
So there you have it. He lied to his constituents. He was, ironically, he was able to get grants from the FAA to help pay for the maintenance on the airports in his district. And then Obama lies and says that he can use an executive order to ban the federal funding for the abortions. It was just all a game. Don't you all know that by now? Obama is just playing us for fools, people. We need to get these people out of Washington, including Obama. Wake up! This is Texas Lady Patriot, and thank you for watching.